Chapter 18, Uncle Galaxy. We've got a break in the rain. Patches of sky peek out between gray clouds. According to Tutu, the clouds are the land of the Hawaiian gods. That never make much sense to me. Why would the gods live in the sky when Hawaii is supposedly so beautiful? I'd choose white sandy beaches and warm ocean water over rain-filled clouds any day. But I think most people in Seattle would say that. It's just starting to get dark, but not quite dark enough for headlights. Tutu loves this time between day and night. She often sings a song called Hawaiian Twilight. Sun is sinking in Hawaii, little birds in their nests. I wonder if Tutu is still sleeping, or if she read my note. Good thing I turned off the stove. This scavenger hunt is taking longer than I expected. Because we all have bus passes, we jump on a 60. Then we get off on East John Street and Broadway. With a series of whooshes, Manga Girl leads us down the road. The good thing is, no one really seems shocked by a girl in a red cape whooshing down the street. Capitol Hill is filled with all sorts of odd characters. In just 3 blocks, we pass a bearded man wearing lipstick and a skirt, a girl walking a rabbit on a leash, and a group of musicians beating drumsticks on buckets. We stop outside a store called Uncle Galaxy's Comics. I've never seen this store. I've seen this store, but I've never gone inside. I'm not into superheroes. I like stories about real people with real problems. Come to think of it, my current situations would make a real good story. It's closed, I say, pointing at the sign. Manga Girl knocks on the door. My uncle owns this place, so he'll let us in. She knocks again. Uncle Galaxy? Is your actual uncle? Todd asks. She nods. The door is opened by a short, fat man in a Batman shirt. He twists and piled his dreadlocks on top of his head in a big knot. Swirly tattoos run down his left arm, and he wears 2 little hoop earrings. Hi, Uncle Galaxy, Manga Girl says. Hi, Tanisha. I closed early so I could do inventory. Come on in. He waves us inside. It's a small shop, crowded from floor to ceiling with comic books, board games, bobbleheads, superhero action figures, that kind of stuff. Like most of Seattle, the shop smells like coffee, but it also smells like BO, probably from Uncle Galaxy's armpit stains. We stand in front of the glass counter where all the trading cards are displayed. Uncle Galaxy squeezes behind the counter, and then he holds up a drawing. Look, Tanisha, I got it framed. It's a black and white drawing of a girl with a cape, a coffee cup in one hand and rain clouds in the other. The caption reads, Super Seattle Girl. I'm so proud of you. Whoa, you drew that? Todd asked. Uncle Galaxy smiled. She had 2 cartoons published in the Seattle Weekly. I admit, I'm surprised. I don't know anyone in the 6th grade who is published and who can draw like that. Uncle Galaxy hangs the picture on its hook, then sits on a stool. So these are your friends? He asks. No, they're not my friends, Manga Girl answers. Geez, that's kind of rude, I think. But I don't feel insulted. She's only telling the truth. Sure, we just played basketball, but that doesn't mean we're going to start hanging out. Not your friends, her uncle asks. We all got invited to the same sleepover. That's why we're all together. She looks through the glass. You got any new Critter League packs? Next week. Uncle Galaxy scratches his big belly. So aren't you going to introduce me to these people who are not your friends? Yeah, okay. Manga Girl points at me. This is Leilani. She calls me Manga Girl behind my back. I gulp. Then I try to look innocent. She's the one who's having the sleepover but didn't want to invite us. There was a mix-up with the invitations. We were on the do not invite list that got mailed out instead of the do invite list. I cringe. How could she possibly know about the lists? The only people who I told were Mom, Tutu, and Autumn. Autumn would never tell anyone. And my mom and Tutu don't even know Manga Girl or her family, so they couldn't have told. What's she talking about? Todd asks, scowling hard at me. It looks like he has to poop. You didn't want to invite us? No. Yes. My whole face heats up. I don't know what to say. Manga Girl is right. We aren't friends. So what's the matter if she knows the truth? Or they know the truth? Manga Girl was honest with me. She told me she didn't want to come to my party. She said in front of everyone that we aren't friends. After seeing that mean comic she drew, why should I protect her feelings? If she wants the truth, I'm happy to admit it. Todd wouldn't understand the do not invite list because he and I have never really gotten along. But William is a different matter. In his note, he thanked me for inviting him. According to my mom, he's never been invited to a sleepover before. There's no reason to hurt his feelings. I don't know what she's talking about, I say. She wanted to invite the Haileys, not us, Manga Girl tells Todd. I heard her talking about it. She points to her fox ears. I told you, I have superior hearing. Wait a minute. So that's what Manga Girl does when she sits in the corner? Eavesdropping is rude, I say, folding my arms real tight. Of course, when I eavesdrop, it's for a good reason. I need to learn more about the Haileys. The Haileys. I realize it's been a long time since I last thought about them. Guess I've been distracted or something. You shouldn't listen to private conversations, I add. But that's how I get my best material. She pats her sketchbook. Mixed up invitation sounds like an intriguing start to a story, Uncle Galaxy said with a smile. But what kind of story? Comedy? Tragedy? Heroic quest? He looks at Autumn. Autumn clears her throat. We're on a scavenger hunt, she says quietly. Ah, then a heroic quest it is. Uncle Galaxy grabs a pot of coffee, fills a Darth Vader mug. He takes a long sip, then he sets the mug on the counter. You have my undivided attention. Please continue with the introductions. That's Autumn, Manga Girl says. She's smart and nice. At school, she does whatever Leilani does. So she basically lives in Leilani's shadow. What? I blurt. Is Manga Girl calling me bossy? I don't tell Autumn to follow me around. It's just what she does because we're best friends. Autumn doesn't. I look at my right. Autumn happens to be standing next to me, in my shadow. But that's just a weird coincidence because under the light that's shaped like a planet, it throws big shadows. Autumn blinks a few times, but she doesn't say anything. To be in the shadows suggests the power of invisibility, Uncle Galaxy tells us. That comes in handy on a quest. Wow! Uncle Galaxy and Manga Girl are clearly related. And that's Todd. He's Leilani's second cousin, though she never admits it because he's always teasing and embarrassing her. When he's not nervous, he's got perfect aim. Uncle Galaxy fiddles with a leather strap that winds around his wrist. Perfect aim, huh? Well, accuracy is certainly another worthy power. Oh, and he's also got a crush on Autumn, Manga Girl added. Wait, what? Autumn takes a couple steps back and tries to hide behind a cutout of Doctor Who. Todd doesn't deny anything. He just shrugs. Todd has a crush on Autumn? Of all the girls in the school, why does he choose my best friend? Is he doing it just to bug me? Poor Autumn. On Monday, we'll have to figure out a nice way to let Todd know that the relationship isn't going to happen. We'll have to come up with a plan during lunch. But then I remember Manga Girl will be eavesdropping, so we'll have to work a plan out after school. A letter might work. Dear Todd, I don't feel the same way. What about you? Uncle Galaxy turns toward William. What's your superpower? William's still standing at the door, hands in his pockets of his coat. His face looks extra pale against the dark fur of his hat. His eyes dart around. I wonder if he's going to bolt or find a door to hide behind. But he looks down at his feet. That's William, Manga Girl explains. He doesn't talk much. Uncle Galaxy's expression turns very serious. Silence can be a powerful force, a mighty powerful force, he says. I think the world could do with more of it. Well, from what I can tell, he only talks if he's standing behind a door, Manga Girl says. That's right, Todd agrees. Uncle Galaxy taps his finger on the counter. You know, most superheroes have things they can't do, or things that make them vulnerable. Without adversary, or adversity, or weakness, the hero can't be challenged. This is known as supreme ordeal. I can't drink milk, Todd says. Autumn peeks out from behind Doctor Who's elbow. I can't talk in front of groups. I can't get the Haileys to like me, I think, but I'm not going to admit that out loud. I don't have a supreme ordeal. Manga Girl arranges her cape. The real fox girl can't outrun dogs. Wolverine can't defend himself against magnets, Todd says. Then he and Manga Girl start listing heroes and their weaknesses. Badger Girl gets claustrophobic if she tries to tunnel through the earth. Iron Man has a weak heart and has to be re-energized by his armor. Raccoon Girl is vulnerable to fleas. Todd and Manga Girl seem to share a common interest, but he'll change his mind and start crushing on her instead of Autumn. Todd points to a shelf above Uncle Galaxy's head, and Captain America carries his indestructible shield, which protects him from basically everything. At the mention of the shield, William looks up. Uncle Galaxy raises an eyebrow, noticing William's sudden interest. He pushes his coffee mug aside and then grabs the shield. It's a round with a big star in the middle, and it's made of plastic. It's about the size of a salad plate. Something a little kid might use for a Halloween costume. Here it is, a perfect replica. He holds it out to William, who takes it and inspects it carefully. I got an idea, Manga Girl says, her fox ears twitching again. William, what if you had that shield? Then you wouldn't have to hide behind a door to talk. You could talk from behind the shield instead. That's an interesting suggestion. Uncle Galaxy rubs his chin. In theory, the shield would be better than a door because even someone with X-ray vision couldn't see through it. For a moment, I think Manga Girl has come up with a great idea. A magnificent idea. It makes perfect sense. William wants to hide behind something and the doors aren't always available. I mean, what if he's in the middle of a theater and the place catches on fire and he needs to yell fire? He'd have to find a door, and by then it could be too late. But this way he could simply wipe the shield or whip the shield from his backpack. But William sets the shield on the counter and steps away. He probably made the right decision. It's bad enough not talking in public, but imagine if he starts walking around with a toy shield all the time. Uncle Galaxy reaches into a drawer and pulls out some fun-sized candy bars. Well, Tanisha, whether these are your friends or not, it would appear that you have a perfect crew for your scavenger hunt quest. You have a great leader. He tosses a bar to me. I'm the leader? Yeah, I guess I am. And a ragtag crew with special powers of invisibility. A bar to Autumn. Accuracy. A bar to Todd. Eavesdropping. A bar to Manga Girl. And communication. He tosses the last bar to William. Communication? That makes no sense. So what are you scavengering? And how may I help? We're making sleepover soup, Todd says, as he eats his Milky Way. I open my Snickers, which isn't my favorite, but I'm getting really hungry. I wish I had some of those Cheerios. We each have to get an ingredient from a special place, and then we put it in the soup. This is my special place, Manga Girl says. Uncle Galaxy smiles. Well, that does sound like an adventure. He glances at the clock. It's shaped like Saturn. But duty calls. You kids are more than welcome to hang out as long as you like, but I have to get back to work. He doesn't ask any more questions about the soup. Maybe a soup-making quest is an everyday sort of thing in a comic book store. Oh, I almost forgot. That new Critter League hood you ordered, it came in. He hands Manga Girl a plastic bag. Okay, I'll be in the storage room if you need me. He puts on a pair of headphones, grabs his coffee, and leaves. Manga Girl opens the bag and pulls out a black and gray hood with fuzzy ears. Cool, Todd says. Now you can be Raccoon Girl. Try it on. Not now, she says. She shoves the hood back into the bag. I nudge Autumn. We shuffle into the far corner and then huddle in front of a shelf of plastic dragons. I've been thinking, what if I went back to the Haileys' apartment alone and told her I didn't need the elbow macaroni after all? Why would you do that? Autumn asks. We're whispering. Because it would be an excuse to talk to her again. If I could talk to her without Todd begging for food and Manga Girl looking all weird, I think she'd see that I'm nice and... Stop it, Todd, Manga Girl cries. Todd's chasing her up a narrow aisle carrying a bag with a new raccoon hat. Try it on, he pleads. Come on, don't be shy. You cheered me on when I was trying to make a basket. Now I'm cheering you on. Raccoon Girl, Raccoon Girl. Then with a swift motion, he reaches out, grabs the top of Manga Girl's fox hood, and yanks it off her head. And for the first time, I see what Manga Girl actually looks like.